Number 15. Look behind you. Sometimes when you get that feeling that you're being watched, you may discover you are. Posted by Kuno to TikTok, this footage was filmed in Kuno's room, and according to him, no one was home at the time. When creating a video, you're usually pretty oblivious to what's going on around you as you focus in on the task at hand. That's what Kuno appears to be doing as he sings his heart out, but look behind him in the doorway and your heart might skip a beat as you see what appears to be a mysterious figure. The black outline pops up over his shoulder, backlit by some white light, while Kuno remains completely unaware of its presence. The form lingers for a moment before disappearing out of sight once again. It's difficult to discern who or what this figure is, but if you've ever watched a scary movie in your life, you're probably shouting at Kuno to stop singing and turn around. This footage shows that whether or not you think you are home alone, you may be entirely wrong in that assumption. Number 14. Dark web spirit video. When you dig into the dark web, you might be terrified by what you find. This creepy footage was posted to the Chills Narrator subreddit by Calligram. He notes that he originally found it on the dark web without any source information. The cryptic clip shows a boy wandering around in the sand in what appears to be a remote, desolate place. He picks up something off the ground, then walks past a woman in white with long, dark hair. The footage is slightly blurry, so the woman's features are not distinct. After finding whatever he's looking for, the boy picks it up, then walks calmly past the woman, who remains frozen in place. Then the boy races off without further explanation. The boy doesn't appear scared of the woman in the mysterious footage, but maybe that's because he was not alone. If faced with a dare to pass by the woman in white, maybe he was laughing because he got away scot-free, at least this time. If he should dare to pass by her again, he may not be so lucky. Number 13. Exorcism in Chechnya. Posted to YouTube by RT, the channel writes, exorcism rituals are a subject of Chechnyan government policy. Local authorities have given the go-ahead for plans to build a center dedicated to demonic possession. The video shows one such claimed possession in progress. A woman dressed in black is seen lying back. She appears to have a blindfold set over her eyes, while the exorcist holds his hand to her forehead. The man presses a finger to what appears to be her eye socket, and she arches her back, growling and screaming in a demonic voice. The sound that comes out of her is certainly not of this world. The man restrains her with help from another as she continues to scream in defiance. The man then appears to be holding her jaw and temple as she screams. The pair continue to restrain her, although she seems to be bucking all restraint. Many in the comments of this video call this bizarre and disturbing, while others agree that's no human scream. However, others note that the fingers to the eye may be behind the inhuman sound, with YouTuber Dewey Allen writing, "If someone forced their fingers into my eye socket, I'd react similarly. Same, Allen. Still can't get that screech out of my head." Number 12. Dublin shop incident. Imagine you heading into work, minding your own business, when this happens. This shop assistant was just trying to do her job when a man entered before fleeing with nearly 2,000 euros. The CCTV footage captured the culprit holding up the Dublin shop's swords. The man wore a balaclava, preventing identification, pointing at the cash register. The man pounded the counter with the end of it, while the shop assistant, who also happens to be the shop owner's fiance, can be seen attempting to calm the situation before opening the register to offer the stranger what's inside. The shop's owner said of the incident, "I am almost 99% sure that he was a local too, because he knew where the till was straight away." Both shop assistants came out of the incident unharmed, though undoubtedly shaken up from the incident. As of November 2019, the investigation was ongoing. Number 11. Spooky CCTV footage. Have you ever felt like you were being watched? Published to YouTube by Mo Vlogs in July of 2018. This CCTV footage will spook even the bravest among us. While most of this video is super upbeat, about 10 minutes in is where the terror enters. It's then that Mo claims that he was being watched the day prior while taping his vlog, and he has the CCTV footage to prove it. He says there was a spooky person in a mask following him all day. Although Mo admits he thinks it was a prank, he pulls up the CCTV footage of this spooky lurker to show viewers what he had to contend with. The lurker appears to be wearing a black hooded robe and a white mask, walking at a gilded gate. He is seen crossing a parking lot, though it's not clear from whence he came from or where he is going. Mo says the footage was filmed that morning, not the day prior, so he surmises that the only person the lurker could be is his security guard or his mom. Prank or not, this haunting image is sure to give you nightmares. Number 10. Sixth Sense. When your dog sees something you don't, their harrowing sixth sense can send chills down your spine. That's what happened to TikToker AlphaOcean22, who writes, "I live alone and just found out about the previous owner." Alpha Ocean's footage begins abruptly with her dog barking into the darkness.
What are you barking at? Oh, God.
The dog is on high alert, his body language that of defense. He's seen growling and springing across the bed. Needless to say, the animal's reaction to whatever lies beyond terrifies its owner to no end. In a follow-up video, Alpha Ocean explains exactly what happened in the initial footage.
From Diesel essentially growling at nothing physical. I'm definitely not in a position to say what it was in the video or what is real and what's not. Personally, I've always been real spiritual, so I know what I felt.
She says she was woken up at 1 in the morning from her dog Diesel, growling at nothing physical. She explains that she's in no position to say exactly what it was that Diesel was growling at, though it was the first time the dog has acted this way. She, however, has always been spiritual and felt something in the home. She claims this wasn't the first time something unusual like this has happened to her. She calls the home her wildlife sanctuary, but says she's had some sense for a while that she's not supposed to be there. She discovered from neighbors that the owner of the home was a very closed-off man who lived alone with his mother who passed away. Alpha Ocean states she'll leave the rest up to the viewer's interpretation. So how do you interpret this? Do dogs have a sixth sense? And if so, did Ocean's pet perceive the presence of the homeowner's dearly departed? Or was this dog sensing something else? I guess we'll never know for sure. Number 9. Not so amazing babysitters. Remember that babysitter who made you go to bed early? You probably despised them. I know I did. But as this video will show you, we should be grateful. After all, you've never had a cobra as your guardian. Posted to the Chills Narrator subreddit by Calligram, this footage shows a baby lying on a blanket, surrounded by snake babysitters. Far from scared, the baby is cuddling with one of the cobras, its feet and arms intertwined with the snake's sinuous body. A wider frame shows 4 cobras surrounding the baby, all with their winged hoods unfurled, arched up and alert. Cobra characteristics include night vision, a strong sense of smell, smooth scales, round pupils, and of course hoods, which are spread via their neck ribs. When cobras raise their upper bodies like this and extend their hoods, they are displaying defensively. A cobra can take your life. With all of this in mind, offering up one's baby to these cobras is, without question, bad parenting. No additional information could be found about this video, so it's unclear why anyone would put a baby in such an unwarranted, scary situation. Most in the comments agree this is insane, with some suggesting that perhaps the snakes have been defanged or have their mouths sewn shut. However, Redditor SS Soulplexus offers another theory. He must be Voldemort. That strangely enough sounds the most likely. Number 8. Ghost in the driveway. You won't want to leave the house after watching this video. Posted to the Ghosts subreddit by Never2. The Redditor writes, "My mother collected this video from our driveway in the woods. Any insight from this community on what or who it may be?" The surveillance video does indeed show a dark driveway in the forest that appears to be haunted. A blurred figure in the top right corner breezes past, disappears, reappears again, and stops in the top left corner before the camera flashes in and out of focus. The footage then goes still, without anything obscuring the view. What do you think this foggy image could be? Some in the comments suggest it's light from a passing car, or another moving light source. Others say it's a bug, a spider web, or a camera glitch, but some suggest the fact that the fog disappears behind the tree refutes such claims. A number of folks are saying the footage appears authentic, with Still Alice writing, "This is one of the most legit things I've seen on this sub for a while. Love this." Do you find yourself agreeing with the believers or the naysayers? If it isn't real, then what is? Number 7. River creature. It's well documented that creatures in the deep ocean are mysterious and terrifying, but will not often cross paths with such creatures due to the depths they inhabit. However, rarely do we imagine what the muddy waters of our rivers are hiding. Published by KIWI TV on YouTube in April of 2016, this river in China is hiding something frightening. Marine life that looks partly hippo, partly dolphin, partly crocodile, and wholly terrifying was caught on camera while being poked and prodded by a garden tool. The large river-dwelling creature doesn't move much while being examined, nor does it appear to see much, as it seems not to have eyes. An anonymous YouTuber suggests it's a type of river dolphin. However, it doesn't look much like the baji, a river dolphin that was believed to have gone extinct in the early 2000s. While that sighting was not altogether confirmed, this additional footage may suggest the aquatic mammal is, in fact, alive, though the population has been shrinking since the 80s. The baji appear to have a longer and narrower bill, while this strange one caught in this video features a wider bill, no eyes, and lots of body splotches and patches. Is this a deformed baji? If not the baji, what other type of aquatic creature might this be? Number 6. Unknown flying object in Quebec City. Have you ever watched a clip that terrified you so much that you just had to share it with a friend? That's definitely the case for this video, posted to YouTube by Mysterious Things in February of 2020. The footage purports to show an unknown flying object flying in broad daylight above Quebec City. From far away, the figure in the sky appears to be dressed in white and launching upward. Upon closer, unfocused, and wavering inspection, the unknown flying object does indeed look like a human figure dressed in white. At times, its clothing shines luminescent, while the figure spins, launching into the sky. When the camera gets in closer and more focused, the figure looks even more dramatic. It appears to be on fire. If that's not in fact Iron Man, as YouTuber Graham Sherwood suggests in the comments, perhaps it could be a meteor headed towards Earth, while other commenters say this is impressive and looks legit. YouTuber Damien Torres is more skeptical, suggesting it looks like silver helium balloons with the sun reflecting off of it. What do you think? Is this just a mistaken balloon, or do you think this unknown flying object is worthy of some supernatural speculation? Whatever it is, it's terrifying. Number 5. Paranormal Pharmacy. When something goes bump in the night, you just better hope you're not working the night shift. Posted to the Ghosts subreddit by mxtherofdogs. The Redditor writes, "Friend works for a pharmacy as security. He was notified the alarm was going off at 2 a.m., which is triggered by internal sensors. He arrived and found nothing wrong, but reviewed the footage to find the cause and saw this. He said this was the security guard's first encounter with the paranormal, if it is in fact paranormal activity. The footage shows a shelving unit pressed up against a wall, full of products and assumedly medicine. Watch the fourth shelf. Several items can be seen falling with force. One hits the ground and skids away out of sight. The other hits the ground and appears to break into 6 separate rectangular pieces. While most in the comments of this video are cracking pharmacy jokes, some are asking thoughtful questions about the history of the building, or whether or not something like this has happened in the past. Others who say they're pharmacists or caregivers claim this strange stuff happens all the time in their line of work. Allison333, however, gets the last laugh, writing, "I guess you can say they had a short shelf life." We see what you did there, Allison. Number 4, walking with a ghost. If you feel you're alone in this world, this eerie footage might call that into question. Captured on CCTV footage in July of 2016, a long shot of a road below shows a couple walking down the street. They think they're alone, but are they? Floating eerily behind them, a ghost white fog appears. It seems to come directly out of the man in the white shirt, as if his spirit presence is lagging behind the pair. It mirrors him before following the couple around the corner, disappearing out of sight. Is this just a glitch in the surveillance camera, or is it a glitch in the Matrix? One way or another, we may be sharing this world with spirits unknown. Number 3, shadow person. Have you ever been afraid of your own shadow? What if you know the animated shadow you're seeing is not yours at all? YouTuber Average American 2019 caught this shadow person on video in August of 2018. As he's descending the stairs of this building, a distinctive shadow is seen on the wall, passing in the opposite direction. Then as they descend a further stairwell, a second shadow person appears again. The man recording the footage notices the shadow person in real time. Luckily, he is with friends, so he can simply laugh off the incident. I'm guessing he'd feel differently if he was alone in this encounter. In paranormal lore, shadow people are considered by many to be masses of living humanoid figures. Paranormalists believe they are the presence of a spirit or other entity. While some think shadow people are creatures of evil intent, others consider them neutral, or even helpful extra-dimensional beings. Whatever you think they are, this video will surely make you afraid of the dark. Number 2, stakeout. Nothing is more terrifying than surveillance footage of an event, especially one that ends human life. This video footage shows 3 suspects involved in a double life-taking in South Ogden, Utah. Surveillance footage surrounding the scene of the event captured 2 suspects peering through the home's windows, and later a masked man fleeing the scene. All 3 suspects were wearing hard plastic masks. According to several news articles documenting the event, police believe the incident was not random, but targeted, and that the suspects were familiar with both the people in their home. South Ogden Police Chief Darren Park noted that while reports of a loud party had been made to police, he asked any witnesses to come forward and said in a statement that he hoped the families of the people will gain some closure. Multiple surveillance cameras caught the suspects scoping out the home. One suspect was wearing a mask, while the 2 others wore opaque plastic masks as they approached. One camera showed a suspect crouched down, watching the home for a while, after which the second suspect and later the third joined in. A second camera caught them peering into the home's windows. Following the event, one of the men was seen on a third camera hopping over a fence. As of the latest update found online, dated March 2019 by ABC4, the double life-taking remains unsolved. More has been pieced together of the night's events, including the fact that 3 of the Van Komen brothers lived in the home, while the unfortunate older neighbor, Kevin Nelson, had just dropped by when the event occurred. Once 2 of the Van Komen brothers left to pick up some food, leaving just one and one other roommate inside, the stranger seized the opportunity to enter. The brothers were gone for no more than 10 minutes, and when they returned, they found Kyle passed away on the floor. Van Komen's mother, Renee Finch, said of the footage, "I think that it's creepy that they're out there watching." Adding later, "We're very thankful we didn't lose all 3 of our boys that night." Nelson's nephew, Ralph Nelson Jr., also said of his uncle that he was in the wrong place at the wrong time, a feeling echoed by Finch, who doesn't know why her son might be targeted. There was no clear motive for the double life-taking, which is likely why the trail remains cold today, despite over 70 people being questioned over the past 3 years. Unsolved mysteries are inherently terrifying, and the coldness of this case compounds that fear. Before we get to number 1, my name is Chills and I hope you're enjoying my narration. Are you curious about what I look like in real life? Then go to my Instagram Instagram at DylanIsChillinYT to find out. Do you like my narrations? If you answered yes, then tap the follow button and thank you for your support. It's a proven fact that generosity makes you a happier person, so if you're generous enough to hit that subscribe button and the bell beside it, then thank you. This way you'll be notified of the new video we upload every Tuesday. Number 1. Nursing home ghost. Nursing homes are rife with elderly spirits that just cannot move on. This surveillance footage may have caught one of them. Posted to YouTube by RiceRV4 in September of 2012. This clip is surveillance footage of the Niles Nursing Center, as indicated by the sign in the hallway. The clip shows the elevator door drawing open with no one exiting. Then off to the right, what appears to be a cane slides across the floor in the hallway. It also moves to one side apparently on its own, before several people are seen passing through the hallway. And someone finally picks the cane up and places it out of harm's way, leaning it against the wall. The cane then disappears altogether without anyone making an appearance. YouTube commenters suggest that the ghost may have been trying to trip people with the placement of the cane. One commenter in particular, Siege Crows, suggests that they have some inside info on the case. He writes, "Super surprised that this got out after how hard the nurses and the people are trying to keep it a secret." In response to this, YouTuber Silent Night Crew states that he was an off-duty cop working security the night that this happened, and the man who leaked it was fired. Whether or not this is true, I think it's safe to say you wouldn't want to be working security when something like this happens. Thanks for checking out this video. Be sure to subscribe because we upload new countdowns every Tuesday and Saturday. Or if you're still not convinced, here are some of our other videos that I think you'd like. Enjoy!